I just can't wait to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, I even opened my one-card combo, I just hope it Oh. While Ash on Samsara isn't as bad for us as Ash against Branded Fusion, depending on the hand, it can hurt quite a bit. But what if I tell you that there are multiple combinations of cards you can make use of that make the usage of Ash a lot weaker against Samsara? Welcome to another episode of the Yubel Academy. This is a video series where I go over different cards and situations and what you can do against them with Yubel. So if you want to learn how to play Yubel or play against it better, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any future episodes. Today we have a special guest, even more famous than Drawl and The Rock, Ash Blossom. Before I start, there isn't something magical we can do to make our one-card combo immune to Ash. Even Snake Eyes, one of the strongest decks currently running around, a tier 0 deck, can lose to one Ash Blossom against one starter. It really depends on your hand, and if you sequence your extender in a way where you can still play after Samsara gets ashed, you can actually play quite well through it. Let's stop the yapping. There are multiple ways where you can play around Ash Blossom. One key to that is finding ways where you can access your Yubel engine through different methods than Samsara. For example, having Spirit in hand and Nightmare Pain to pop it from the hand, or having access to the Beckoning Beast engine so you can just special summon Spirit. There are a lot of ways and I'm going to show you a few of them. Side note, sometimes you don't even need to resolve Samsara, especially if you play the Princess package. You can establish pretty strong boards without even accessing the Yubel engine. If you want to know more about that, please watch my previous video where I talk exactly about that. If your opponent knows the matchup, they will likely wait to ash Samsara, so I don't think you have to be afraid of your throne getting ashed. But the problem still stands. If they just keep the ash for Samsara, they will just use the ash on Samsara, and you still can't play. Or can you? It depends. If you really only have one way to play, it sadly stops right here, but I would even argue that's completely normal and even healthy for the game. Trust me, we don't want another Mathneck or Super Heavy Samurai incident, where a one-card combo can play through potentially multiple interruptions. That's just toxic as hell. We needed Samsara to get to the Spirit of Yubel, and now we have to think, what other cards can achieve that? If you already have Spirit in hand, you need one Dark Beckoning Beast, Spirit Gates, Nightmare Pain, even Grinder Golem if you want to play that card helps you in that case. So we have to analyze our hand and see our possibilities. And from there on we have two options. Option A, we have a way to access Spirit and combo off. That's completely fine, and if you can do that, just do that. Option number B, we don't have access to Spirit. Now we do lose, right? Well, not exactly. You don't need Samsara to resolve to have access to strong combos and a strong end board. Just watch my previous video if you are interested in that. Now we have to look in the hand, and I see we have Opening and Spirit of Yubel, so the perfect case. And I know, normally you would have probably started with Opening, but for the sake of just showing you the normal combo through Ash, I just use it after I got ashed. We activate Spirit Gates to add one mandatory Dark Beckoning Beast from the deck to our hand, and now we just need the Reborn effect. We discard for cost Spirit of Yubel, and then, because Spirit Gates doesn't target, we can reborn the card we just discarded for that, in that case Spirit. And from here on you have full combo. You have Nightmare Pain on the field spell established, and the ash your opponent threw at you basically did nothing. I'm not kidding you, it literally did nothing. If you have Nightmare Pain in your hand instead of Opening, it can get a little bit different. You use Nightmare Pain to pop the Spirit in your hand, and then you activate the Spirit to of course get the OG Yubel to the field. With Nightmare Pain you add one Infernal Grave, like always. But now we are one body too short to complete our full combo, right? You are right, but just because we don't have access to our full combo doesn't mean that our endboard isn't strong or something. It's quite the opposite, and we even save some resources. We link away Infernal Grave and Yubel into Yama. With Yama, like always, we add one best doggy Shavara to the hand. You can in theory now use Infernal Grave's effect to reborn Spirit, and then use Shavara to get both Spirit and the field spell, because it hasn't triggered yet, both activated. There's one problem with that though. You still won't get access to Varudas, since we don't have a way to get another level 10 to the field, since Nightmare Throne will get you Terror Incarnate, and Terror Incarnate can't stay on the field because in the end phase he will just wipe the whole monster zone, so it really isn't beneficial for you. We still do that since we can utilize the extra bodies in different ways. We use Infernal Grave to reborn the Spirit, and since we have started with Nightmare Pain and Spirit hasn't hit the field yet, you can use Spirit to add one Nightmare Pain or any other Yubel spell trap you play instead. Best doggy effect to pop the Spirit. Nightmare Throne will get Terran Carnate to the field and Spirit will of course bring back the OG Yubel. To get rid of the Fiend lock, we link away Yama and Shavara into Rage. We use Shavara's effect to set one chamber since we still utilize the Princess package and we want the Rage in our opponent's turn. Now we link away Rage and Terran Carnate into the Promethean Princess, and with the Promethean Princess you just reborn Shavara to in the end go into Ambler Whale. And you just keep Yubel on the field, since in the end phase you can just use Samsara's effect to reborn itself and then pop it with Yubel. So even through Ashe and a really weird hand to play through that, we established quite a good board. I mean, we have Rage Axis, we have the Princess, we have Yubel on the field, and do not forget we even saved the Yama in the combo, so that can help you out a lot. I didn't lie, there are multiple ways in which you can beat Ash Blossom. One of my favorite things of course is to utilize my best buddy, the Djinn Buster. Djinn Buster isn't only a card that beats Nibiru, no, it's also extremely good in beating Ash. Let me explain. We start by normal summoning the Beckoning Beast. Beckoning Beast will then add us one opening. We use opening to add one additional Dark Beckoning Beast to extra normal summon him. And now we just overlay into the Djinn Buster, basically rendering the Ash Blossom completely useless. Djinn Buster's dynamic forces the opponent in a weird spot. They basically have to stop the Beckoning Beast, but if they Ash the Beckoning Beast, they take the risk that you can play anyways by just extra normal summoning the one-card combo. If they don't Ash the Beckoning Beast, you can just activate the Throne to destroy from the deck. It's important, destroy one Samsara, because we have opening established and we can just use opening by discarding any card to reborn the Samsara. And now your opponent basically thinks to himself, fuck, I should have ashed the Beckoning Beast. But we could have played anyways, so the Ash was completely useless in that case. Now we activate Samsara, he wants to ash that and we just negate that with Djinn Buster. And we have full combo. Ash Blossom can be a very strong card against us, but just because it can be strong under some circumstances doesn't mean it insta-kills us every time. Especially as you get more knowledgeable with the deck over time, you find way more ways to just beat Ash or play through it. Yubel can be a very hard deck to pilot, especially in a format like that where left and right everything is just filled with hand traps. It basically requires you to have perfect knowledge of your deck so you can play through every hand trap, and that is difficult. What I want to say by this is, if you have problems playing Yubel currently, don't be too hard on yourself. Don't forget, it's a difficult deck to play and it's new, so it will only get better with time. See ya!